Hey guys, Noel here, and it is Friday night, and I thought it would be fun to do a video game review for the video game review section of the YouTube channel. And I wanted to do a kind of a take two of an older video that I did that I was rewatching today and saw some problems with the video quality of. And that, my friends, is we're going to do a take two or a director's cut or a redux of my review of the low definition ATgames Sega Genesis. I'd also like to do a review of the English version of Evil Zone tonight, so be on the lookout for that. So, ATgames has recently been in the news again because they've released some new consoles, and I'm trying to find my Sega Genesis controller because they basically look like the 3-button version of this controller, but they come loaded with various NES and or arcade ROMs. Actually, they're supposedly being sold as arcade ROMs, but in actuality are NES ROMs, and that's got certain YouTubers all up in arms. I don't have much of an opinion on that, other than ATgames should just honestly advertise what they have, because I personally have zero problem with ATgames hardware. I enjoy buying new, old video games. I enjoy being able to go to the store and buy Sega Genesis and tell my students that they too can buy Sega Genesises. So ATgames gives you an opportunity to do that, because the great thing about ATgames Sega Genesis consoles is that they actually have cartridge slots and original controller ports. So this is a Sega Genesis. Now the problem with the ATgames console is, as you can hear, if you've played Mortal Kombat on the original hardware, the sound emulation is off. Now, this is not intolerable, but it's not the accurate gameplay experience if you're looking for the experience of playing Mortal Kombat on an original Sega Genesis. It does not sound completely how the programmers wanted it to sound. On the low-def Sega Genesis, though, the gameplay, I would say, is problem-free in terms of being able to have smooth gameplay and responsive controls. So, in addition to being able to plug your cartridges into this, it also comes loaded with 40 Sega Genesis games and I think 20 or 30 just kind of generic 16-bit games that you would buy in Chinese devices at dollar stores. So there you have it. So without further ado, let's do some testing and reviewing on the ATgames Sega Genesis, and then we'll upload another video and play some Evil Zone. So we can see here that the video quality on this is good, despite any problems people may have with the sound quality. And I'm going to show you that unless you have to reset the game and play with the actual hardware to get codes to work, video game codes do work on this. So let's actually reset this and try the blood code and cheat enabled and see if we can fight Reptile on this. And then we'll check out some other things. So Arena presents a probe development. ABACABB. So Midway presents Mortal Kombat, the definitive console version of this game on the Sega Genesis, in my opinion. So we will go and set. You'll notice that the dinging on the when I go to different things on here, it sounds different than on the original Mortal Kombat. So let's put this to first map the pit. Flags on for fatalities. Not that I, in any way, shape, or form, advise uppercutting people's heads off, like Johnny Cage can do. And we'll see if we can get to Reptile here as Johnny Cage, because I'm a huge fan of Jean-Claude Van Damme and Frank Dukes, even though Frank Dukes tells some tall tales, but they make for great movies. So, and we'll be fighting Scorpion. So these are two of my favorite characters in Mortal Kombat. And there's Reptile. You must find me to beat me. Hopefully we will find you. Well, not with that move. So I gotta let Scorpion knock me out here, because I gotta get a double flawless and a fatality here. Which I have no idea if I can do or not, because I'm, not doing well. Alright, let's see if we can get this to work now. There we go. And you'll notice that the music in the pit does sound different. Not horrible, not unrecognizable, but not as good. This should do it. Alright. Alright. Scorpion's fine. He's an undead zombie, so uppercutting his head off is fine. You found me, now prove yourself. Alright, so we can get to Reptile on the ATgames Sega Genesis. And I love the Mortal Kombat 1 Reptile. He is just extremely tough and mysterious and cool. Before Mortal Kombat 2, I think Reptile was just the absolutely best character. I did not like what they did with Reptile and just making him a Velociraptor. Him being like the toughest, mysterious ninja was just the coolest thing ever. Man, darn it. No, I mean, I'm exaggerating. It wasn't the coolest thing ever. It was up there, though. I used to have dreams about unlocking Reptile as a playable character when I was in the 4th grade. He is super hard, though. You'll see how hard he is to fight here. Man. Give me some room. Jeez, I'm gonna lose. Alright, whatever. He's gonna rip my spine out. That's unfortunate. But don't worry, Johnny Cage is fine. I can just select him again. So, there we have it. So Mortal Kombat plays great. Let's actually unplug take Mortal Kombat's cartridge out and see what we've got on here when we don't play a game. So we will take Mortal Kombat out like so. I would note, though, that the ATgames Sega Genesis does kind of keep your games in a little bit of a death grip, so just be careful with that. And we see we have a whole lot of classic Sega games here, including Alex Kidd, which I think has fine sound emulation. I don't see much difference with Alex Kidd's sound or video quality or anything. And I never really see video quality problems in these games. The composite video image is blurrier than a Sega Genesis's composite video image, but it's minor. I mean, so just keep in mind that this is... It's good, but it's not great. But you will get to play your Sega games on them in an affordable way and be able to have the experience of buying new Sega hardware. And these are all the just cheap video games right here. And now we're back to our actual video games. Let's play some Altered Beast quickly and test this game out. All right. Alright, I will rescue Zeus's daughter after I rise from my grave and beat up these Greek zombies here. And get this blue dog to give me an orb to power up. No, don't go away. No, no, no. There we go. I love Altered Beast. Apparently there are some people on YouTube that don't like this game, and I have no idea what their problem is. Like, the people who do GameSack reviews apparently don't like this game, from what I've heard, and I have no idea what their problem with it is. I think Altered Beast is a great game. Good arcade game, fun game to play. It's hard. It's extremely hard. Don't leave. Don't go. Come here. But it's a very fun game to play. And the port from the arcade to the home console is pretty darn accurate. I remember Parker Lewis on Parker Lewis Can't Lose playing this game. Incidentally, I did not know that the actor who played Parker Lewis on Parker Lewis Can't Lose ended up playing the captain on Stargate SG-1, or ended up being a character on Stargate SG-1 after MacGyver left. So, I was pleasantly surprised when I saw that on a rerun. Let's go follow that evil bald man. Oh no, he has Zeus's daughter being held captive. Let us check out Sonic the Hedgehog 3, because that game is not really playable easily on the high definition ATgames Sega Genesis. But I think we will find out that it plays just fine on the original ATgames Sega Genesis. Albeit with some awkward sound quality. Let me try to enter in the cheat code on this. I doubt I can get it to work. Let me try it. Nah, I couldn't get it. That's super hard to do. Now, I will tell you that on the high definition ATgames Sega Genesis, as you've seen in my other reviews, it wiped out my save data. So, and I can tell that the battery in the cartridge still works, because this is saved on it from when I started to replay the game, and all my other stuff got wiped out. So that is the huge drawback to the high definition ATgames Sega Genesis that I did not realize until later. So if you want to play games that you don't have backups on through the battery, play them all you want. If you want to have the games just loaded onto the console, play it all you want. But be careful putting your Sonic 3 cartridge in there, because you might lose your games. So let's check out some gameplay here. Again, some slightly altered audio. Knuckles' theme sounds good. I don't think this sounds bad. It just sounds seriously remixed, though. Let's try a special stage here. Gameplay is identical to the real Sega hardware. It was just the sound that's off. But if you're just looking to play this game and, you know, the sound is not a deal breaker, you know, it's fine. So ATgames is, I think, certainly not as bad as it's made out to be in the comment sections of retro gaming YouTube videos. Now, I will tell you, the audio on Art of Fighting on the Sega Genesis does sound very, very distorted. When you play it on the ATgames Sega console. When you play it on a normal Sega console, it sounds fine. So looking into ATgames just briefly on the internet, they are a company based out of China. And there's our Chaos Emerald, or as I used to call it when I was younger, a Chahos Emerald. You know what? Let's actually play some RBI Baseball 94 on this here. I have not played this game in a long time, and I want to see how the ATgames Sega handles it here. So let's see if we can play as Bobby Bonilla in the 1993 Mets. Tengen. Looks like it plays great. This looks really good. I went to go buy World Series Baseball when I was in 4th grade. They didn't have it, and I ended up with RBI 94, and I have not regretted that purchase ever since. So let's play as the Mets, and we will play against the Evil Yankees. And we will put Doc Gooden on the mound. And there's my main man, Bobby Bonilla, right there. And we'll pledge to our country right now. Actually, let's skip the national anthem. So Vince Coleman's up. The announcer on this game sounds like he's talking in slow motion. That's funny. And that baseball catching sound is way off. It's like there's a reverberation after the pitcher catches the ball. I'm not doing well at this game at all. Eddie Murray! If I can get a base hit, we can get Bobby Bonilla up to plate. Man, there's a weird hum after the pitcher catches that ball. Ah, shoot. I'm doing super bad at this game. Alright, base hit. We get to see Bobby Bonilla. Hold it first, Eddie. Bobby is a RBI king right here. At least he was in the 97 Florida Marlins. There's Bobby Bo! Showing the Mets that he's still worth $1 million a year. See, I told you. Let's see if Eddie can run home on this here. Nah, he's going to hold it third. Here comes Jeff Kent. Almost as good as Bobby Bonilla, but not quite. Come on, get out of there, get out of there! No! Ah, Jeff, no good. Alright, so there we have it, guys. That is the ATgames Sega Genesis low-definition version. I think you can still have a lot of fun with this console, even though it is not the completely accurate replication of the sound on the Sega Genesis, and in fact, sometimes the sound is downright odd to lousy, but it certainly does not make your games unplayable. So, I would recommend it, but just be aware it's not going to be identical to original hardware. Until next time, my name is Noel, you take care, and stay tuned for an Evil Zone review. Bye-bye.